we're going to talk about some financial stuff in this section.
Word, Holmes.
This is some real life application-y stuff. This can change your future.
Get you some bling.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about just first off your interest compounded annually. Now, this is
by the way,
fabulous.
I think this is super interesting.
Okay.
Probably the most applicable lesson.
The one you need to hear about most, right?
The most, yeah.
Because here's the deal. Whenever you take your money and you put it in a bank,
right,
then you have a lot of different options of how you can put it in the bank. But one
right.
option is to put it into like a savings account or some kind of an investment.
Right.
And when you do that, you want to look at the interest rate that they're offering you and how often it's compounded. And you definitely want it to be compounded,
yes, not
uncompounded.
Right. You want compound interest on any account that you want to choose for an investment.
Because here's what that means is, let's say you put $1,000 in,
right, and
it's compounded every month or whatever.
Ooh, okay? Monthly.
Yeah.
Wow, nice bank.
At the end of 1 month, they give you the money for the interest. They add it to that $1,000.
That's right.
Then the next month, they don't calculate the interest based off the 1,000. They calculate it off the new amount.
Right.
So that means your interest gets interest. And the longer you have that investment in there, then the better off
you can be.
That's going to be.
And we're going to look at a lot of different lessons inside this unit here that deal with some of that. So.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, the formula for simple compounding is that A, which is our
total amount, the amount that we are going to have when we're done.
Yeah, equals P, which stands for the principal.
That's the amount of money you give the bank to get started.
Right, and then in parentheses you put 1 plus R, which is similar to that exponential form that we talked about. And
the rate in this case is going to be the interest rate, so it's going to be
a decimal.
Some sort of decimal.
Yeah. And then it's raised to the n, and n is the investment after in years.
Right.
And this is specifically if we're compounding annually.
Right.
So we're compounding once per year, so this is the formula that we would use.
Right.
So let's just plug that in.
Let's just do it. You'll need a calculator for a lot of these because the decimals can get wanky if you try and do it.
And typically big numbers and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to use your calculator. So this Madigan character invests
what a character that one
500, too. That's the principal. At 7% interest, so you change that to 0.07. It's compounded annually, so we know that means that we're using this formula. Find the value for investment 10 years later, so we put 10 where n is. We just plug that into our calculator, and what do we get?
$983.58.
$983.58.
And that's without ever adding another penny. You've almost doubled your money.
Right. That's amazing. So...
And all you started with was $500.
Yeah, so the after 10 years of just letting it sit there, the bank is giving you for free $483.58. So that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Okay, so the way this changes if you're not compounding by year is it just changes
several times per year.
Yeah, it just changes a little bit. So I'm going to write the formula right here. What happens is you take K, and K is how many times per year you're going to compound, and it gets
usually
introduced.
It's like you see it like biannually, which K would be 2, and you see it quarterly where K is 4, or monthly where K is 12. But it's how many times that we're running the numbers.
Okay, so how many times it gets compounded. So in this particular example that we've got on example 2, we still have an annual interest rate, but we're compounded monthly, which means, if you think about it, how many times a year would you get money if it's compounded monthly? 12 times a year.
12 times a year. There's 12 months in 1 year.
Yeah, so that's K, this is N, this is P, this is R. We just plug it in.
Pluggy, wuggy, chuggy, smuggy. And
almost forgot to put over 12 there. That was a close one.
You need to have over 12 there.
Now, make sure that when you're plugging this in, that you put either put parentheses around it or multiply it out yourself. Like type in 60 or put in parentheses if your calculator doesn't automatically give you like a little box for your exponent.
Because otherwise you'll do to the 5th power, and then whatever you get
for
a total answer will be times 12, and that's no deal. So $782.84.
All right, $782.84.
There you go, Shaka Khan.